Today's story will touch your heart. A young disabled girl was bullied at Santa Monica Pier. But what happened next will shock you. Stay with us till the end, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. One titis, the golden California sun bathed Santa Monica Pier in a warm glow, and the air buzzed with laughter, music, and the salty scent of the ocean. Tourists snapped pictures, families enjoyed rides, and street performers played guitar. Among the crowd was 16-year-old Lily, moving carefully in her wheelchair. She had been paralyzed from the waist down after a tragic car accident 2 years earlier, but she refused to let her condition cage her spirit. She came to the pier often not for pity or stares, but to feel alive among the rhythm of waves and energy of the boardwalk. Lily loved the sea. Watching the endless horizon gave her hope, a reminder that life stretched far beyond her pain. She parked near the railing, eyes fixed on the sunset. The fading light painted her face in hues of orange, and for a moment she forgot her struggles. She didn't notice the approaching footsteps until a harsh voice cut through her peace. "Move, cripple!" one boy sneered. Lily turned, startled, to see 3 teenage bullies grinning at her, their laughter cruel, their eyes glinting with malice as they crowded around her. Before Lily could respond, one shoved the back of her chair, jolting her forward. Her small backpack slipped off the handles and dropped onto the boardwalk. The boys laughed louder, one mocking her legs, another pretending to limp dramatically. Lily's cheeks burned with humiliation, tears pricking her eyes. She tried to steady herself, gripping her wheels tightly, but the sting of their words hurt more than the shove. She whispered, "Please stop," but her voice was drowned out by their laughter. To them, she was entertainment, not a person with feelings. People passed by, their eyes flickering toward the scene, but no one stopped. Some turned away, pretending not to notice. Others whispered uncomfortably but did nothing. Lily felt small, invisible, her heart pounding painfully against her chest. She had been through so much, hospitals, rehab, endless nights of pain, but cruelty always cut the deepest. She wanted to shout, to fight back, but the lump in her throat silenced her. Her dignity seemed to shrink as the boys circled her, enjoying her discomfort like it was a performance made just for them. A tear slipped down her cheek as the bullies exchanged more insults. The tallest one kicked at her fallen bag, sending it sliding across the wooden planks. Lily felt powerless, her hands trembling on her chair's rims. She wanted to disappear, to sink into the ocean, and escape the eyes of everyone who chose not to help. The sky was glowing beautifully, but for Lily it darkened with shame and loneliness. She didn't know that within moments the sound of roaring engines would change everything, that strangers would arrive who wouldn't just protect her, but remind her that kindness still existed in the world. The bullies' laughter echoed across the pier, sharp and heartless, when suddenly a low rumble cut through the noise. At first it was faint, like distant thunder, but quickly grew louder. The wooden planks trembled under the weight of dozens of motorcycles rolling in together, headlights glowing like watchful eyes. People turned, startled, their conversations silenced. The sea breeze carried the growl of engines, commanding attention. Lily's bullies froze, their smirks fading into confusion. The bikers formed a circle as they pulled up, parking in unison, leather jackets gleaming in the fading sunlight. Their presence was both intimidating and protective. The leader, a broad-shouldered man with a grey beard and tattoos peeking from under his vest, dismounted and walked forward. His boots thudded heavily against the wooden pier, each step steady and deliberate. His eyes, sharp and unwavering, landed on the terrified boys who had moments ago been so bold. "Is this what you do for fun?" he asked, his voice low but thunderous, carrying authority. The bullies exchanged uneasy glances, their confidence draining. One muttered, "We were just joking," but the man's expression said he wasn't buying their excuse. His presence demanded honesty and respect. Lily looked up, eyes wide, heart racing, unsure if she should be afraid or relieved. But then the biker leader crouched beside her, his rough features softening as he gently picked up her backpack. "This yours?" he asked kindly, handing it back to her. His tone was protective, not pitying, and Lily managed a small nod, whispering, "Thank you." The bullies stood frozen, shifting awkwardly as more bikers dismounted, surrounding the scene like a human shield. Families and tourists, who moments ago avoided the conflict, now watched in awe. Some even pulling out their phones to capture the moment. One of the younger bikers, a woman with fiery red hair and kind eyes, stepped forward and rested a hand on Lily's shoulder. "You're safe now," she said softly. The warmth in her voice made tears spill down Lily's cheeks, but this time they weren't from humiliation. They were from relief. The bullies, pale and trembling, realized they had nowhere to run. The leader's gaze pinned them in place as he growled, "Apologize." Stammering, voices cracking, the boys muttered apologies to Lily, their bravado shattered. The crowd around them began clapping, siding with justice and compassion over cruelty. The bullies fled as quickly as they could, disappearing into the crowd, their laughter replaced with silence. The bikers stayed with Lily, making sure she felt safe, their circle forming a barrier of protection. She whispered, "No one's ever stood up for me like this before." The leader smiled faintly, patting her shoulder. "That's what family does, and today we're your family." In that moment, Lily felt something she thought she had lost forever: dignity and belonging. The pier that had been a place of pain transformed into a memory of hope, proving that kindness can roar louder than cruelty.